5 floors above the WACA surface, here in the Lily Marsh stand, you'll find the Media Centre. Now here, journalists from all over the world, from television, newspaper, radio, magazines, even the online news agencies have gathered together for the Vodafone Ashes Test. And co-editor of the season guide, Philip Pope, he knows them all.
How you going?
I'm very well, thanks. Take us through.
Let's see what we can find. So if you just come down with us here, this stand has been going for 20 or 30 years, and we've got a variety of rooms or boxes that we place different types of media in: radio, TV, print, etc. And if you just follow me down here, we're gonna start off by having a look at the BSkyB box. Now, BSkyB is the broadcaster from the UK that transmits the pictures from these Vodafone Ashes live into the living rooms in Britain. There's Michael Holding, former West Indian fast bowler. He's been commentating. So as we come into the box here, we probably have to be a bit quiet. David Gower, the former England captain, is just lurking at the back, having a chat. We've got David Lloyd, also a former England captain and coach. And if I just bring in here, you can see some of the legends of English cricket. So Ian Botham is seated in the middle. We've got Mike Atherton to the left, and Nasser Hussain just watching England trying to get these wickets as Australia pile on the runs in the afternoon session here at the WACA. So that's the BSkyB operation, and as you can see, it's very serious, it's very quiet. It's a bit like a library in there today, isn't it? So let's come down the alleyway and I'll show you some more rooms. Got some written colleagues here from the Sunday Times and the Guardian, and this is one of our overflow boxes. So we've got about 100 media in the ground, mostly over by mid wicket. We might capture a bit of that later, but in here there are quite a few TV journalists. There's Ian Chappell, he's just come off a stint with Channel 9, and we've got some of our colleagues from the UK and around the world who are writing online. They're writing for newspapers. We've got some BSkyB news crews down the front here, and this is the BBC news operation over in the corner. Daniel Brettig from Australian Associated Press, and the Times just here on the back. So this is a very small group of people. We've got probably another 100 or so media over the other side of the ground. We might show you them later. Come for a wander with me. We'll see what else we've got down the alleyway. So we'll go to the next room. This is Shill Berry, editor of Wisden. He'll be recording this for posterity. And let's go into the ABC radio box. Let's see who we can find in here. So here we are at the back of the ABC radio box, and Jonathan Agnew from the BBC is commentating at the moment with Jeff Henry Lawson, former Australian fast bowler. Glenn Mitchell at the back doing his homework before he goes on to broadcast. There he is, making sure he's up to speed with everything that's happening in the Twitter world. And as you can see, Jeff and Jonathan Agnew here have got some of the best seats in the house. Really brilliant view right behind the bowler's arm. And they've got a couple of TVs to help them, and of course all the emails come in from all the radio listeners over here to the producers. And just in the corner down at the front, you'll have the ABC scorer helping them with any difficult conundrum. Let's move on to the next room, see who we got there. Now, I probably won't do much speaking in the next room. It's the Channel 9 commentary box. So in the box today we've got Adam Gilchrist, Mark Taylor, Ian Healy, Shane Warne, Michael Slater, Tony Gregg, all the big names that you would expect to see on the television during this Vodafone Ashes series. At the back of the box you'll see the producers. Brad McNamara used to bowl for New South Wales in the age of Steve Waugh. So we'll go in there, we'll be very quiet, and you'll recognise everybody, I'm sure. So we've just got Shane Warne, Ian Healy and Tony Gregg commentating at the moment. Matthew Hayden's at the back of the box as well. And of course Max Kruger at the front there with his pen doing the scoring for everybody in the box. Mark Nicholas is waiting to go on in a few moments. Debonair, relaxed, looking forward to his next stint. Rob Shylock, he's the genius who invented or helped invent what has now become known as Hawkeye, but Eagle Eye now, and he's really the technical technical expert of the operation. So anyway, we'll probably leave these gentlemen to it. So there we go. We were in the inner sanctum of Channel 9 Sport there, and we just moved down the hallway. We've got, for an Ashes series, you've obviously got a lot of media, and one of the broadcasters from overseas is the BBC. We just poke our head in here. This is where the cricket show at lunchtime happens in Channel 9. It's one of the technicians sending his text messages at the moment, but usually that would be Simon O'Donnell. And we just quietly move into the back of the... This is called Test Match Special. This is the BBC radio operation. You'll notice our own Jim Maxwell is commentating at the moment with Michael Vaughan, the former England cricket captain. The producer is Adam Mountford. It's Christopher Martin Jenkins, one of the doyens of cricket broadcasting over the last few decades. Simon Hughes, the former Middlesex all-rounder who commentates and writes for the Telegraph. He's here as well. So Michael Vaughan will be explaining to the listeners back in England it's probably the middle of the night. So he'll just be explaining to them what they need to do to get back in this game. So there we go, just getting a bit of a ribbing there from Michael Vaughan. What you come to expect in this job. Geoffrey Boycott just behind us, one of the BBC broadcasters. How's the day going, Geoffrey?
The cricket is wonderful. The result is going to be, can't repeat it.
Well, there you go. There's another Englishman looking forward to an upturn in fortunes. So let's wander through here. BBC have got a second operation. It's called Radio 5 Live. This is the news service. So every 15 minutes or so, in between the worldwide news, the Premiership football results, anything else that might be going on to the world, they come live to Australia for 2 or 3 minutes of what's been happening in the cricket. So let's just move in here for a moment. Geoffrey's one of the commentators, Alex Stewart in the corners, one of the expert analysts. Mark Pugach, one of the voices of the BBC, is broadcasting back to the UK, and here we go, this is the producer that everybody wants to be. They really are very, very professional in here. BBC Online's also got a big presence in Europe. We've got Tom here doing his best on there. I'm sure he'll be minute by minute telling the people back in the UK online exactly what's going on. Probably tweeting as well, I guess. So there we go, we'll leave them to it. And just moving into the final room here. This is where some of the announcements occur. We've got Libby Owens, who looks after Cricket Australia's media rights, and my word, we've got an Olympic champion and a Commonwealth silver medalist. Steve Hooker has joined us from your training in Perth.
Yeah, I live and train in Perth, so it's always good when the cricket comes to town to come down here and have a look. And what better location to watch it from than up here? It's an amazing view.
And how do you reckon the Aussies have gone?
We're going absolutely beautifully. Mike Hussey, I think, is this his 6th consecutive 50 in the series? He's doing beautifully and well on the way to the ton at the moment, so the boys are looking good, and good to see Steve Smith getting some runs as well. And
you've had a good 12-18 months, so you must be looking forward to with some confidence to London 2012.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a big couple of months that I've just been through, and I'm looking forward to the next 6 months of training here, actually, just enjoying being home and getting some work done, actually.
Great. Steve Hooker's obviously the current Olympic, World and Commonwealth champion, so he's at the top of his game. Let's hope the Aussies can emulate him on the field out there. Thank you very much for joining us at the Media Centre.